Good evening. I hope you're doing well. This is 2 a.m. with Jason, and I want to just jump off of where we started preaching today. So we'll look at the last half of that chapter in chapter 4 of Micah, and I'm just going to read the verses to you, and then I'll tell you why. In verse 6, it says, "In that day, declares the Lord, I will gather the lame, I will assemble the exiles, and those I have brought grief, I will make the lame my remnant, those driven away a strong nation. The Lord will rule over them in Mount Zion, from that day and for forever. As for you, watchtower of the flock, stronghold of the daughter of Zion, the former dominion will be restored to you. Kingship will come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Why do you now cry aloud? You have no king. Has your ruler perished? That pain seized you like that of a woman in labor. Writhe in agony, daughter Zion, like a woman in labor. For now you must leave the city to camp in the open field. You will go to Babylon. There you'll be rescued. There the Lord will redeem you out of the hand of your enemies. But now the nations have gathered against you. Let them say, let her be defiled. Let her eyes gloat over Zion. But they do not know the thoughts of the Lord. They do not understand his plan, that he has gathered them like the sheaves in the threshing floor. Rise and thresh, daughter Zion, for I will give you horns of iron. I will give you hooves of bronze, that you may break to pieces the many nations. You will devote their ill-gotten gains to the Lord, their wealth to the Lord of all the earth. And I think it's interesting that we look here and see this banana. Um, it looks kind of nasty, and those of you that know bananas know that this is not the normal color you desire them to be. It is on the way out, we shall say. This is usually the place where you get a bundle of these at Market Basket for $1.50, and they say, "Hey," and suckers like me say, "Ooh." And the the truth of it is, these are great for banana bread. Now, this poor banana, if it had thoughts and words, might say, why are you letting me? Why are you letting me writhe in pain like a pregnant woman? Why don't you just? Why don't you use me? Why don't you just? And what the banana doesn't understand is that I have a plan for this, and it is going to be a delicious plan that will make many people happy, and that is to make banana bread. It doesn't understand that. Now, it's also very important. This is key. If you are not living in the house by yourself, that you let the other people know, I am saving these bananas for banana bread. Otherwise, you will not get banana bread because you will have no bananas, because they'll look at these and say, those look disgusting and they're attracting fruit flies. Let's throw them away. Um, so you need to make sure that there's an awareness that banana bread is on the forecast. Um, but there's times when you look and say, man, I feel neglected. I feel like I'm just getting darker and bruised and just turning into nastiness. And why don't you do something? Why don't you do something? And the truth is that God says the plan that I have is maybe different than you thought, but I have goodness in store for you. And that's this time in the shape of banana bread. And so I think it's important for us to remember that God is the one who knows what he's doing, and that God is the one who has plans for us, and that we can trust him with those plans, even if it seems like, God, we've been waiting for a long time, and I still don't see where you're going with this. I will, because I can, as I was researching this banana bread episode, I came across this article from All Recipes, and it says these are 6 common mistakes with banana bread. So if you're done, you say, I just wanted the spiritual application. But if you want to hear, these are 6 things that they say that you should do a little differently here. Maybe number 1, a mistake is if you use underripe bananas. They said make sure that you use the riper ones. One of the reasons is that the sugar content actually goes up. The riper they get, the more sugared they become, and so that is a good thing. And they said, we're talking anything from spotted to all the way solid black, and so just a little point of interest there. Number two, a mistake people make is they overmix the batter. The more you mix, it says the more it releases the gluten. Now, I did not realize this, but they said do not overmix your banana bread. The third thing is a problem is if you use too many bananas. There's a reason that there's a recipe. I know that I am one that often says, recipes are just suggestions. They're recommending you actually follow that because otherwise it'll make it heavy in the middle and kind of mushy still. Number four, they said when you go to measure the flour, it's better to scoop it into the cup and then level it off instead of using the cup to scoop. I didn't realize there was a difference. They say that there is. Fifth thing is check to make sure that it's done. Check while it's still in the oven. You can poke it in there and see if it comes out clean or just a little bit clingy, then it's done. Otherwise, there's a problem. And finally, you don't allow it to cool is a problem. And so make sure that you allow it to take out of the pan if it's in a loaf shape and then and cool. Now, personally, I like to make banana bread with chocolate chips on top in a cake pan, and it's more like a treat that direction, but whatever floats the boat. Anyway, hope you guys don't feel like this banana today, but if you do, know that God has not forgotten you and he still has great plans for you. Might not be what you had thought, but God has great plans. Have a good time till next time.